Good afternoon and welcome to Mohawk's Baseball Senior Recognition Day. Today, WPIAL matchup is between the varsity Riverside Panthers and your Mohawk Warriors. We now ask you to turn your attention to the pitching mound as we recognize our seniors for contribute to the Mohawk baseball program. During their career, the seniors have achieved a record of 38 wins and 16 losses, including playoff appearances and 3 seasons and a WPIAL championship appearance last season. Before we begin, let's have a round of applause for all of our senior baseball players from Riverside and Mohawk. Number 25, Ethan Hare. Ethan is the son of Justin and Kelly Hare. Ethan is a 3-year letterman and may be the hardest working player on the team, literally. Ethan has maintained a very impressive balance of school, work, and athletics. This season, Ethan has pitched 8 appearances with a 2-0 record with 24 strikeouts. After high school, Ethan plans to pursue his family remodeling business while taking business management courses. Ethan's senior message to the team is positive team culture. Ladies and gentlemen, Ethan Hare. Number 11, Jacob Warner. Jacob Warner is son of Mark and Amber Warner. Jacob is a 4-year member of the baseball team as well as a 4-year Letterman winner. Jacob is tied for the team lead in wins this season as he holds a career 3.56 ERA. Jacob is a member of the National Honor Society and currently holds a 3.956 GPA. Upon graduating, Jacob plans to attend Penn State Shenango to continue his baseball career and major in psychology. Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Warner. Let's have another round of applause for all the seniors. At this time, we invite our senior moms to throw out the ceremonial first pitch for today's game. Right down the middle. At this time, we ask you to please stand in the honoring of America with the playing of our national anthem by Junior Caden Butch.
Power. Great job, Caden.
Thank you for participating in today's senior recognition.
Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Your home for the County of Champions.
Has a throw to first, and that's your ball game. Union has won its first ever WPIAL championship.
There it is. Champions, the Static Lancers.
Strike three. The Union Scotty, golden once again.
One gold, not enough. How about 2 district gold and 2 state gold for the Lady Lancers? The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
9 seconds. Anderson into the corner. It's poised for 3. Shot! He ties the game.
Wants to throw again. Directing traffic. Going for the quarterback in the end zone. Touchdown!
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence. Coming to you live from Mohawk High School for WPIAL Baseball, the stretch run here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP, as today we have the final series of the regular season. We have the Mohawk Warriors hosting the Riverside Panthers. Today's broadcast at lcsportsnet.com and the Trib Live High School Sports Network, brought to you by Castle Asphalt, by Maley Chiropractic, by Medore Bonner Law, by Pontius Insurance, by the Red Zone, by the Crane Room Grill, by Penn Ohio Bottled Water, by Toshiba Business Solutions, by Health in Motion Physical Therapy, by Western Pennsylvania Fall Baseball League, by Building Blocks Baseball, Lawrence County Child and Youth Services, the Tri-County Principals Association, and the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Well, we hope you enjoyed the pregame festivities here, and they were great festivities here at Mohawk, here for Senior Day, first and foremost, the 2 seniors being honored, the ceremonial first pitch being thrown out by the 2 mothers of the seniors Jacob Warner and Ethan Hare, Kelly Hare and Amber Warner, throwing out those first pitches, and then Caden Butch with the wonderful rendition of our national anthem, giving us a rock star feel and a rock show atmosphere for this game, as we should very much expect for today's contest between Riverside, undefeated, 15-0, 10-0 at the top of the section, and Mohawk with a 11-3 overall record, 7-2 in section play. What's at stake here? Well, it's pretty straightforward. In the end of things, all that matters for Riverside, you win one of these 2 games in the season finale, and you have yourself a section championship. But they, of course, are looking to go undefeated in the section and lock up a number 1 seed come Class 3A tournament time. For Mohawk, you sweep this series, and you get the final game against Shenango on Wednesday. You get all 3. You're co-champs with Riverside, but you have the edge in terms of that head-to-head. Therefore, you would have the section championship as a result. And I think that's the main thing to be looking at with this, is both teams naturally controlling their own destiny here down the stretch. The other games going on in section play for these final series. Elwood City hosting Shenango today. They're at Shenango today, now hosting tomorrow. They flip-flop that around. Neshannock hosting Quaker Valley. And on Wednesday, we mentioned Mohawk going to Shenango to finish up that series, and Elwood City traveling to Beaver Falls for a doubleheader on Wednesday to finish out that series as well. As these 2 teams are ranked number 1 and number 3 in the Trib Live High School Sports Network rankings. Avonworth at number 2, Sandwiched in between these two Section 1 foes, South Park at 4, and Neshannock dropping to number 5 after their 2 losses to these Panthers just a few days ago. As there are the full section standings for you to check out. Glad you can join us here at lcsportsnet.com, watching on Game Changer, watching on Facebook Live, watching just about anywhere. Glad you can join us, including our friends on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. What we're going to do is we're going to step aside real quick, and as the captains meet at home plate, pay a couple of bills, we'll come back and have first pitch. First pitch will be brought to you by Penn Ohio Bottled Water. We'll get to it when we return here on the Lawrence County SportsNet and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit pennohiobottledwater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
First pitch brought to you by Penn Ohio Bottled Water. It's just a few moments away as Riverside will be first up to bat. So let's take a look at the starting batting order for Coach Dan Oliastro's Riverside Panthers. There you see it with 3 seniors, 4 juniors, and 3 sophomores in the lineup. Drake Fox sitting in the 6th spot will be DHing for the senior Ronnie Harper. So Burry, Schlosser, Fornatero, Hunter Garvin, Mitch Garvin, Drake Fox, and then McDade, Barber, and Sean Hayes to round out the batting order for Riverside, wearing the all-black uniforms with the green numerals. A lot easier to see here in the daytime than it was when we saw them out at Pullman Park for their game against Neshannock on Wednesday last week. For your Medor Bonner Law defensive alignment, make sure you get the best defense behind you with MedorBonnerLaw.com, your community firm with a personal connection and individualized service. Here is the defensive alignment for Mohawk. Hopper, Nail, and Hopper from left to right in the outfield. Mason in left, Twin Keegan in right. Pizzulo and Jay Rona on the left side of the infield. Bobby Fadden and Jackson Chapman on the right side. A.J. Verdi behind the dish for Jacob Werner, a 3-2 record, his 8th appearance on the hill this season. The senior, the only senior in the starting lineup for the Mohawk Warriors. 22 strikeouts versus just 4 walks. A good percentage there to say the very least, and he's going to need to be spot on today because basically Riverside took huge advantage of those free passes that they got in the series against Neshannock, especially in terms of that 10-run 5th inning that they put up in the game on Wednesday. 10 runs on 6 hits in the inning and 6 walks as well. Took advantage of those free passes, and that's how they got the walk-off win in Game 2 against Neshannock as well. A leadoff hit by pitch in the 7th inning, allowed the tying run to get on base, and a couple of big base hits in the clutch for these powerful hitters to get things rocking in that game for Riverside. Again, our first pitch delivery, we brought to you by Penn Ohio Bottled Water. Call Penn Ohio Bottled Water for delivery of your 3 or 5 gallon water cooler systems, or you can get cases of bottles delivered straight to your home or work. So leading off will be the shortstop, Evan Burry. To face Jacob Werner. Here from Mohawk, season finale, number 1 versus number 3. Glad he can bring us here. And first pitch swinging is Burry, fouled down the first base line and out of play. First pitch thrown at 4:34 p.m. And it, as you can see, beautiful day. 70 degrees and sunny. About perfect baseball condition. 1 week away from postseason play beginning in the WPIAL. This off-speed pitch is lifted down the right field line, trying to find the fence and just running out of real estate at the last second. On that one was the right fielder Keegan Hopper for strike number 2. So quickly ahead is the senior Werner. Again, mentioned the only senior in the starting lineup. He and Ethan Hare, the 2 seniors on this team for the Warriors, and quickly up 0-2. This one fisted back and out of play. Count will remain 0-2. Here in the top of the first inning. Burry, a .289 hitter. The senior checks his swing there. They'll check down to first base umpire. Actually, they're not even going to give him the opportunity to check. Burry along with Mitch Garvin, who was the hero at home on Friday afternoon. And Ronnie Harper, the starting pitcher, who's not in the batting order. This one again in the dirt. Count even now at 2-2. To Burry, who's also an all-section soccer player for the Panthers. Count even at 2-2. And called strike 3 down at the knees. Froze him for the first strikeout of the game. Averaging just shy of a strikeout per inning is Werner, a pitch-to-contact type of thrower, but gets the backwards K for the first out of the game. Brings up junior right fielder Ashton Slosser, the left-handed hitter. Leads the team with a .489 batting average coming into today's game. He's first pitch swinging. This one fisted into the air towards the left side of the infield and right on the edge of the outfield grass. Making the catch is Jay Rona. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the first inning for the Panthers. That brings up Bo Fornatero. One of 4 players in the starting lineup hitting over 400 for this Riverside Panthers team. He's first pitch swinging, so 3 first pitch swings. This one's lifted towards right field. Settling under it is the right fielder Keegan Hopper, and makes the catch, fighting off the sun to get the out to end the inning. An efficient 1-2-3 inning there for the Mohawk Warriors defensively. And throwing just 8 pitches in the inning was Jacob Werner. Going to the bottom of the first, Riverside nothing. Mohawk coming up to bat, and we'll keep it right here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. And let's take a look at the starting 9 in the batting order for Coach Nick Mariano's Mohawk Warriors. 1 senior, 6 juniors, a sophomore, and a pair of freshmen in the starting lineup. The freshmen batting first and 5th, Bobby Fadden and Vinny Pizzulo. The lone senior in the starting lineup not hitting, or actually is hitting, in the 7-hole. Keegan Hopper, the junior right fielder, being hit for by Aiden Bowser. So Fadden, Verdi, Rona, Chapman, Pizzulo, Bowser, Werner, Mason Hopper, and J.J. Nail, the starting 9 for the Mohawk Warriors. And again, let's look at your Medore Bonner Law defensive alignment with a local firm with deep ties in the community. Make sure you have the best defense behind you. Visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com and find out how they can serve you. Garvin, Fornatero, and Schlosser from left to right in the outfield. Sammy Barber, Evan Burry on the left side of the infield. Hayes and Garvin on the right side. Darren McDade, the junior behind the plate for senior Ronnie Harper, a 1.57 earned run average, 3-0 record. This will be his 7th appearance on the season, and another pitch-to-contact type of thrower. 20 strikeouts versus just 10 walks thrown on the year for the left-hander. Should be back up and running, and apologize for that. They were getting us some more room up here. I greatly appreciate that, as we don't need the speakers for the walk-up music because, well, we've got some wonderful sound effects that we're going to be hearing all day long, thanks to Caden Butch, our resident walk-up song master, playing on the guitar. We'll have to get a couple of shots of that if we can. Quickly 0-2 as Fadden chases that 0-2 breaking ball in the dirt. Fadden leading off, a .373 average on the season. Harper winds and delivers. Another breaking ball and a 3-pitch strikeout. Master of the off-speed is Harper. Gets a good afternoon, good evening, and good night, Kay, to start off today's game. So both pitchers wildly effective, to say the very least, here to start today's contest. And much better conditions, without much question there, for Harper compared to what he threw in the turf on Wednesday evening. About 40 degrees with a light drizzle the entire time in that game against Neshannock out at Pullman Park. Verdi now to the plate. This one off the fist towards second base, taking on a couple of hops. Good job by Sean, not Seth Hayes, to get the out for the second out of the inning. We'll make that joke a couple of times because Sean Hayes was improperly put into the roster name that we had. Third time, he gets under the tag. Mitch Garvin covering, but sliding in underneath the tag at first base was Jay Rona, so that's going to be an infield single. That's why you hustle out of the box. A tough play from Mitch Garvin at first. Harper a little bit late, had to go for the tag, and that's why you slide to avoid the tag. See if we'll have an angle at our walk-up music being played. Again, special thanks. Caden Butch learned all these walk-up songs, we've been told. Learned all of them for the teams. The first base runner of the game is Rona. He stands at first base, and there's the first ball thrown by Ronnie Harper to Jackson Chapman in the cleanup spot today. Went 3 for 5 against Shenango in their last game on Thursday for the Warriors. Harper, slide step this time. This one's driven towards the right center field, and it's going to, it looked like it was going to fall in. Fornatero slipped making his break from center field, but Aston Schlosser was all over it. Makes the catch for the third out of the inning. So the infield hit, but that runner left stranded on the bags. We've played one complete. We'll be back in a moment here on the Lawrence County SportsNet and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office and who have had to battle throughout their careers. They want to help you safely back on your feet. But more, help stop these before they happen. Before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Maley Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary, from the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. Well, can't be much more efficient than what those two pitchers were. 8 pitches, 6 thrown for strikes by Jacob Werner in the top of the first inning. Believe it or not, he was outdone. 8 pitches, 7 of them for strikes for Ronnie Harper in the bottom of the first inning. Scoreless between the Panthers and the Warriors. Hunter and Mitch Garvin, along with Drake Fox, the 4, 5, 6 hitters, due up here for Riverside in the top of the second inning. Big boy Hunter Garvin, just a sophomore, and he and Mitch Garvin, big specimens out there for Riverside. Don't get heights and weights on the baseball rosters, but walking by earlier, every bit of probably 6'2", 6'3", and say well over 200 pound of muscle on both of those young men. First pitch misses downstairs for ball 1. This one catches the outside corner, evens the count at 1-1. Hunter Garvin, actually, who got a pair of wins in relief against Neshannock. In that series, 2 wins in the same series. Nice backdoor breaking ball from Werner there. Makes count 1 ball, 2 strike. Long pause, now the line and delivery from Werner. Good breaking ball, just missed outside, broke around the plate. Evens the count at 2-2. Werner, who's heading to Penn State Shenango next year as part of the inaugural year of the Shenango Lions program. Hits the spot but misses outside, so full count here to the leadoff batter in Hunter Garvin. Here's the payoff pitch from Werner. Ground ball right side, gonna be taken on 3 hops, bobbled at first base, throw over to Werner covering, it's off the end of his glove, so it's gonna be a leadoff reach on an error. I think you're gonna have to give that probably as an E3 on Chapman for not fielding it cleanly from the beginning, though I think if Werner was able to hold on to the throw, he would have beaten Garvin down to first base. Nevertheless, it is the first base runner of the game. First pitch swinging is Mitch Garvin now, and he fouls this one back and out of play. Mitch Garvin had no hits in the Neshannock series until the walk-off single in the bottom of the 7th inning. Riverside erased a 3-2 deficit and came up with a 4-3 win over Neshannock to stay undefeated, both in section and overall on the season. Great breaking ball there on the outside corner for strike 2 from Werner. No ball, 2 strike, breaking ball way inside, but having to protect and fist that one down the line is Mitch Garvin. We have one of the Riverside players go and fetch that foul ball. Count remains 0-2. Coach Dan Aliastro coaching down at third base. John Marnicio coaching at first. 54th year Marnicio has been with Riverside under Coach O. In his 55th career season, as this 0-2 pitch is golfed into left field, and you're going to get 2 on and nobody out. Good piece of 2-strike hitting just to find the open and 6-5 hole. And now I'm likely to see, just knowing what we've seen from Riverside, would not be surprised. 2 on, nobody out. Probably not many times in the 55 years from Coach Oliastro that he hasn't had a bunt on, though. How about this? Drake Fox coming up to bat, one of the few players without a sacrifice on the season. So we'll see what the choice is. Fox hitting .353 in the middle of the lineup. Third baseman Vinny Pizzulo basically even with the bag, but probably having to hold Even if there is a bunt, it is a good bunt down the first base line. It'll be taken by first baseman Chapman on the first base to retire Drake Fox, with the sacrifice going 3-4. Will be the first out of the inning. So now 2 runners in scoring position. Runners at second and third. Darren McDade stepping to the plate with 1 down. And he's first pitch swinging. That's going to be a base hit. 1 run will score, rounding third and being sent without a throw. It'll have to be cut off. I'd say we'll make it all the way to the plate, but easily scoring was Mitch Garvin on that play. A 2-run single for Darren McDade, RBI number 13 and 14 of the season. 2-0 lead for the Panthers. Sammy Barber will now step to the, give him an inch. They try and usually succeed at taking a mile. First pitch breaking ball outside for ball 1. Reason for that first run is unearned due to the error that allowed Hunter Garvin to score. Another ball hit up the middle, but right there to Rona. Steps on the bag, throw to first base in plenty of time. Jay Rona takes exception with the slide into second base, saying he was taken out, and Coach Mariano not pleased with it either. Coach Mariano out on the field wanting to ask for an explanation because he's saying that the player didn't go right into the bag. It's a 6-3 double play nonetheless. While they discuss the ramifications, still 2 runs scored on those 2 hits, an error, and 1 runner on the bags. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. We'll step aside, be back in a moment here on the Lawrence County SportsNet and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Are you looking to make a difference? Well, here is your opportunity. Lawrence County Child and Youth Services is looking for compassionate foster parents now. If you are over the age of 21, in good health, and wanting to help a child in need, we're in need of you, a foster parent. Call 724.
Pizzulo, Bowser, and Werner will be due up here for the Warriors in the bottom of the second inning, going back to that double play to end the top of the second. Looking at the replay, hard slide, definitely making contact was McDade running for himself, but he did make it all the way to the base, so I don't think you can make too much of an argument in terms of the runner not going where he was supposed to have gone. Now, again, it was definitely a hard slide, and you know, those rules change annually too in terms of what the point of emphasis is. If it's getting into the runner or into the fielder at all is a dangerous play and becomes an issue, or especially with that one because there's plenty of time for the runner to avoid. But in the end, I think the base runner going right at the fielder ended up being done about as properly as you could, except for the fact he did make contact. Speaking of going right at him, that's what Ronnie Harper just did. That's his second 3-pitch strikeout here of the day. First pitch swinging and fouling. This one back to the screen is the designated hitter Aiden Bowser, and hitting in the 6th hole. He actually has the most RBI on the team, though. 19 ribbies on the season for Bowser. Just shows the depth of this Mohawk lineup when they're swinging at full force. Backdoor breaking ball and a beauty from Harper, quickly up 0-2 on the junior Bowser. Harper winds and delivers. This one in the dirt.
Hey, we got one down. Make the play.
Again, 1 versus 3 battling it out here today. Panthers ranked number 1 in the Class 3A of the Trib Live High School Sports Network rankings. Mohawk currently 3rd in those rankings. This one misses upstairs. Nick Mariano, congratulations, his 90th game as head coach for the Mohawk Warriors. Breaking ball off the fist. It's going to be a worm burner towards second base. A tough play, and Sean Hayes unable to get it cleanly off the edge of the grass. It's going to be an E4. Would have been a tough play, but one that could have been made. So first base runner of the inning for Mohawk. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Jacob Werner. Werner, a .262 hitter on the season. First pitch breaking ball misses outside this time from Harper for ball 1. Bowser running for himself at first base. Mike Malley at third base giving out the calls. Eric Verdi at first base. Coach Mariano prefers coaching from the dugout as the manager. As that breaking ball hits the bottom of the zone, evens the count at 1-1. Another breaking ball. This one breaks around the plate, though. 2-1 to count. Here to Werner. Battle for first place in the section. Riverside with a win clinches the outright section championship. Mohawk 7-2. The Shenango Quaker Valley battling for the final 2 of the 2 spots remaining. Guaranteed 4 from each section. With ties, you could have a 5th, or you could technically have 6 or 7 if you have that many unbreakable ties. Holding up on the swing there is Werner, and 3-1 now the count to the senior. Scenario-wise, Neshannock just needs 1 win in their 2 against Quaker Valley to secure a playoff bid. Likewise, Shenango with a win will lock up their playoff bid. This one towards right field, making the catch on the run, firing it back in was Schlosser. It gets away from Garvin, but not far enough to allow Bowser to advance to second base. But reading that perfectly was Schlosser on the shallow line drive, makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Now a 2-down Mason Hopper. Steps to the dish. First pitch breaking ball swung on and missed for strike 1. Mason and Keegan have been the 8-9 hitters throughout most of the season. Coach Mo making a bit of an adjustment today. Hopper still hitting 8th here. Mason is. Try to lay down a bunt. Now throw down to second base, and it's going to be just underneath the tag. The throw just high enough to allow Aiden Bowser to get the stolen base, his 5th swiped bag of the season. Count 0-2 as Hopper could not get the bunt down. No balls, 2 strikes to Hopper. Long pause from Garvin. Now he'll kick and deliver. This one fisted foul. Count will remain 0-2. Riverside with 2 in the top of the inning. Mohawk trying to get 1 back. Bowser now running at second. Fastball tails down and away. Battle for first. The 1-2. Misses well away. Count now even at 2-2. J.J. Nail in the on-deck circle. It's the interesting part here. They have Harper actually looks into Evan Burry, the shortstop, to get some sort of signal. And now Burry actually is the one who tells the pitcher to step off. So interesting course of events. He gets assigned as the pitcher from the shortstop, then looks into the catcher and gets another sign. Fastball misses well away. That one, Harper a bit upset at himself for that one as it got away. And now McDade will go have a talk out at the mound. We'll try to get you some score updates brought to you by the Crane Room Grill. Grab a seat in the bar, the dining room, the loft, or outside on the patio. There's plenty of room at the Crane Room. Big softball game between Neshannock and Riverside going on today. Last score update we had there was Neshannock leading 2-1 in the second inning. Now a 3-1 advantage for the Lancers in that one. Payoff pitch from Harper, checking his swing, foul tipped into the glove of the catcher McDade for strike 3. So the one-out error is left stranded on the bags. We've played 2 complete here from Mohawk High School, 2-0 in favor of Riverside. Back in a moment at lcsportsnet.com.
Building Block Baseball is a local organization dedicated to and actively involved in teaching and development of local baseball talent. 3B provides weekly baseball seminars from January through May to enhance local baseball knowledge for players, coaches, and parents. Building Block Baseball is available for one-on-one development programs, team instructions, and group sections. 3B also provides Lawrence County with their own collegiate summer baseball team. The 3B Barons showcase top collegiate baseball talents of the area. Visit buildingblocksbaseball.com for more information and for their free downloadable documents and videos. Whether you're just learning the game, playing in college, or coaching a team, 3B can get you the building blocks of baseball today.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Top of the third inning upcoming here. Riverside will have 9-1-2 hitters due up. And Hayes, Burry, and Schlosser with the 2-0 advantage. Squaring the bunt and pulling back is Sean Hayes for ball 1. And again, to continue that story, Sean Hayes, not Seth Hayes, was what was written on the official roster on the WPIAL page. So again, we apologize to Sean, though the coaches say that they've used that as a fun, joking manner, especially in moments like this. Get a little too stressed in the box. So, hey, Seth, do your job. We appreciate both these coaching staffs and everybody so hospitable to us, so helpful to us every time that we end up doing a game. We're glad to be able to do it here at lcsportsnet.com. And while we're at it, big thanks to the Mohawk Boosters. Even brought us some pizza and pop and water to work with as well. Big thanks to them. Sean Hayes with a 3-0 count. He's going to draw a 4-pitch walk. So he drew the leadoff hit batsman to end up being the tying run against Neshannock. Now he's on base the easy way with a leadoff here. Now top of the order, Evan Burry. He's got 4 sacrifice bunts to his name. We'll see if Riverside tries to play to get a little bit of a bigger cushion here in the top of the third inning. Third baseman playing well in. Runner was going with the pitch there. Bunt is fouled for strike 1, though, down the first baseline. Another square to bunt. Runner going to second. The ball kind of short hop, though, on Jay Rona, and that's going to be a stolen base. 5th swiped bag of the year for the 9-hitter. So Sean Hayes in scoring position, able to get there without the use of the bunt. Count now 1-1. And Hayes in scoring position. Fouled out of play here on the 1-2. Or makes the count 1-2, I should say. Coming up after the game, we'll have to name our LCAP player of the game. So many great ways, our powering sponsor, the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership, improving the quality of life in and around Lawrence County. Visit lccap.org for more information to find out how you can help. As this one's fouled back to the screen, one of the great ways is the Head Start and Pennsylvania Pre-K Counts programs, where children under the age of 5, you can receive free quality preschool at many of the various locations around Lawrence County. Count remains 1-2. Breaking ball fouled right back towards us and out of play again. So already Burry has seen 10 pitches in his first 2 at-bats. Fastball driven on a hop, and it skips over the glove of the third baseman, Vinny Pizzullo, rounding third and being held at the last second is Sean Hayes. He'll stay at third, but it will be runners on the corners after the hot shot towards the hot corner for Evan Burry. 2 on, nobody down. And Ashton Schlosser will step to the plate. Third hit of the game for Riverside. Now a dangerous scenario with runners on the corners. First pitch called on the outside corner. First strike 1. Swinging through that pitch on the outside corner was Schlosser for strike 2. He's the one who had the game-tying RBI against Neshannock last week. 6 doubles, a triple, and a home run on the year for the left-handed hitting junior. Fastball misses up and away. Could not get Schlosser to chase, and not many have. Impressively, just 4 strikeouts on the season for the number 2 hitter, wearing number 22. Gets a piece of that one, fouls it out of play. Schlosser is trying to get something in play now with the 1-2 count. Breaking ball misses away, and they're going to let the runner advance to second on the off-speed pitch. That will be a stolen base, as Verdi did make a bit of a fake throw, and that will have forced the infield now to play in with nobody down instead of going for a double play depth. Here's the 2-2 from Werner. Drilled towards the right center gap. Going back on it and losing it was the right fielder, but J.J. Nail settles under it. He'll make the catch, but plenty deep enough to make the sacrifice work. It's the 3rd sac fly of the season for Ashton Schlosser, and he gets the RBI, makes it a 3-run lead, 3-0, as Sean Hayes scores from third. So now Bo Fornatero with a runner still in scoring position. Fornatero Team high 19 ribbies on the season. Trying to get to the big 2-0 in this at bat. First pitch misses upstairs for ball 1. Werner comes set, delivers. This one's hit right down the third base line. This is a fair ball. Rounding third and heading to the plate easily to make it 4-0. Throw coming into second base will be cut off. And laying down the hammer is Bo Fornatero, ribby number 20 of the year, as he snuck that one just inside the third base line. Fornatero and Burry flip positions. It's now 4-0. Panthers. We're going to have our first Pontius Insurance trip to the mound. Make sure you take the time out and save money on your insurance. Give Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, or Tracy Ginnings a call to get started today and get a quote for your auto, home, business, or life insurance. Some Crane Room score updates coming in the baseball world. Good one between Shenango and Elwood City right now. A 4-3 score in that one. Shenango leading 4-3 in the top of the 4th inning. Braden Ziegler on the hill for the opener there for Shenango. Neshannock in this section as well, with a 5-0 advantage over Quaker Valley. That's in the top of the 3rd inning. So Lancers put up a 4-run second. And they're going to send Hunter Garvin down to first base. Not terribly surprising the way he's been swinging the hot bat. He actually was walked 3 times in each of the games against Neshannock. I think once intentionally in each of those games. So creates a force at 3 bases. And Mitch Garvin, who again the senior playing the hero. You gotta love how that would feel too, as the senior watching younger brother get intentionally walked to face you. That's gotta rub you the wrong way, I would think, a lot of times. How does he respond? First pitch swinging, fouls it back and out of play. 2 runs in the second, 2 runs in the third. Here for the Panthers. Sixth batter of the inning for Riverside. This one's fouled again towards the first base line, giving chase, and they're going to run out of room. Chapman needed just about 2 more feet to be able to have made that catch. Count now 0-2. Mentioned Mariano, Mohawks coach in his 90th game coach today. Coach Dan Oleastro, 1,056. That's what today is for him. For Coach Oleastro now, 79 years old. He began coaching at 23 when he was hired. Breaking ball in the dirt, good block behind the dish from Verdi. Coach Oleastro threw a no-hitter when he was in high school. Went to Slippery Rock, didn't play baseball, but ended up teaching and coaching at Riverside and began at the young age. Another one in the dirt, and this one's going to bounce away and allow 2 runners on base to advance 90 feet on the wild pitch. With 1 down, likely have to see the infield pinch up yet again for Mohawk. So Fornatero to third, Garvin to second. For Mitch Garvin at the plate. And he drills this one towards center field. Backpedaling and now settling under it is Nail. He's going to catch it with some momentum, and he's going to not even throw towards the plate. It's going to be taken towards third. allowing the run to score. So the second sacrifice fly to center field. First Schlosser, and now Mitch Garvin. Bring a couple more runs, manufacturing them. Here again are the Panthers. Hunter Garvin staying at second base. And first pitch fisted, and that one's going to find its way into the Bermuda Triangle between short and third. Rounding third and coming to the plate. Here's the throw. It's going to be offline, and the runner's going to score and allow the run to get to second base as well. Drake Fox continues the inning with an RBI single. Just found some green and then advanced to second base on the throw. Hunter Garvin, good 2-out lead, win on the crack of the bat. Just like that, it's a 6-0 Riverside advantage. So Darren McDade, he's already got a 2 RBI single. He's the 8th batter of the inning. He's first pitch swinging. Swings through the fastball for strike one. A lot of first pitch swings going right at Werner, and Werner going right after these hitters. This one misses down. Evens the count at 1-1. McDade hitting .400 on the year. Drake Fox at second base. Both McDade and Fox part of the Panthers hoops team this season. Count now 2-1. A couple non-section baseball games going on today as well. Or I shouldn't say non-section, but not in this Class 3A Section 1. Union at Springdale. And Newcastle at Moon. The big ones. Count now 3-1. Wilmington hosting Greenville. That's tomorrow. Now we mentioned a couple of big section games on Wednesday as well, featuring teams here from Section 1. The count now full to McDade. Elwood City at Beaver Falls for a doubleheader. And Mohawk traveling out to Shenango to finish that series. And what a great game one that was on Thursday. An 8-7 thriller. Strike three as McDade chases, but damage done. 8 batters to the plate in the inning. 4 runs on 3 hits and a walk. And a runner left stranded on the bags. We'll keep it right here as it's time for our Maley Minute, brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, as we keep you in the game and keep you informed of what's going on across the county in terms of the softball happenings across Lawrence County. Let's start here with Riverside. Mentioned they were trailing 3-1. It's now a 6-1 game there as Riverside battling for second place in that section. The Shannock, who's leading them, they're now at 39 straight wins. All they need is one more win to clinch the section. They also have New Brighton and Freedom this year to end the section year, which means they could finish with 42 straight wins. That would tie the record that Beaver set over the last 2 years for most consecutive wins in the PIAA history, is what we've been told at least. We will try to get more confirmation on that number. Laurel battling for that second place as well. They've clinched. They can finish second place if they win out over Shenango today and then facing Riverside tomorrow in Class 3A. Or, excuse me, real quick, Shenango in 4th place in that section. They take on Laurel today, as we just mentioned. They also host Freedom Wednesday. They just need one win to clinch a playoff bid as well. In Class 3A, the Mohawk Warriors, man, are they coming on strong. They're in the Trib top 5 for Class 3A. They only have one section game left against Beaver Falls tomorrow now. Elwood City, they've also clinched in that section. They got Quaker Valley today and Central Valley tomorrow. If they beat Central Valley, it is very likely we will have a 4-way tie at the top of that Section 2 in Class 3A, as incredible as that is. Union, well, they're taking care of Southside right now, up 16-1 in that game. That means now that they have scored over 200 runs in their 12 section games, came in with a 185-7 section score, as crazy as that is in that one. Real quick, the other teams we want to mention real quick, Newcastle, they will not be in the playoffs, but they host Western Beaver tomorrow. They're winning in non-section action against Montauk today. And the big one for District 10, Wilmington, they're 11-1. They get to try to avenge that only loss tomorrow, and we'll be there for it as they face Sharpsville looking for a share of the region title. There's your Maley Minute Plus, brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, keeping you in the game as we keep you in the game and in the loop of what's going on across Lawrence County softball action, a tradition unlike any other. 1-1 to count to J.J. Nail, the 9-hitter, trying to turn it over. Nail, Fadden, and Verdi due up. Count now 1-2 after that breaking ball from Ronnie Harper. This one off the end of the bat towards third base. Nice backhanded stab by Sammy Barber. Long throw across the diamond in time as well. There's an early nomination maybe right off of your Maley Minute for a Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Remember, a great play usually involves great teamwork, and that's what you get as an advantage at Maley Chiropractic. The team aspect with their 3 doctors, Dr. Maley, Dr. Argero, and Dr. Bowser, they all learn from each other new tips and tricks to help keeping you feeling at your best. So Fadden, one of the 3 strikeout victims the first time through the lineup for Mohawk, steps to the plate. He's first pitch swinging through a breaking ball for strike 1. Fadden, who freshman in the leadoff spot, freshman, one of the top scorers on the basketball team. Freshman now all-time single-season receiving record holder for the Mohawk Gridiron. 3-sport athlete is getting it done early in his career. But finds himself down 0-2 here to Ronnie Harper. Harper tried to get Fadden to chase again, not doing so on that one, which is pitch number 35. Remember, 100 pitches is the limit for a single game. That does bump up to 105 in the postseason. Another breaking ball for strike 3. Second time he has retired Fadden by the strikeout here today. And that'll bring up A.J. Verdi, a 381 hitter, stepping to the plate with 2 down. Breaking ball, and it breaks around the plate for ball 1. Verdi, along with Fadden, they lead the team in probably the stat you don't want to lead the team in, hit batsmen. Each have been plunked 6 times on the season. This one off the end of the bat to Hopper, backhanded taken at second base by Hayes over to first to end the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Harper in the top of the 3rd inning, and Riverside now with the advantage 6-0. We'll be back in a moment here at lcsportsnet.com and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
That was awesome. More and more, people are consuming information on screens. Businesses that want to engage, educate, or entertain clients are turning to Toshiba to provide inspired communication with digital signage experiences that attract attention in novel and entertaining ways. Information needs to be managed to be effective, and organizations can trust Toshiba to provide solutions for improved workflow, which help to securely store, organize, and manage information, whether in digital or physical form. Toshiba, empowering the art of business.
Top of the fourth inning, Riverside trying to extend their 6-0 advantage. And when you look at what they've done here, 2 runs in the second inning, 4 runs in the third inning, both because they got the leadoff runner on base. Hunter Garvin reached on an error in the second. Mitch Garvin followed with a single. They both scored on an RBI single from Darren McDade after they were sacrificed into scoring position. And in the third inning, in which 30 pitches were thrown from Jacob Werner in that one, well, you have a leadoff walk on 4 pitches, followed up by a stolen base and a single. 2 runners on base, a pair of sac flies for Ashton Schlosser and Mitch Garvin. Sandwiched in there an RBI double by Bo Fornatero, and then an RBI single later from Drake Fox. And that's how you get manufacturing your way to a 6-0 advantage. Sammy Barber, a .368 hitter on the season, will lead things off for Riverside. And he drills one right through the box on the 1-0 pitch, but playing a little bit up the middle just enough. Jay Rona shading that way just enough to be able to get the out for the first out of the inning, and that's knowing the tendencies probably of your opposition, because that's 2 ground balls to short for Barber. First time grounded into a double play. This time the solo out to lead off the inning. Sean Hayes, .259 hitter. Just mentioned walked and scored in the third. Watches the first pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Six nothing in this battle for first place. Riverside again can clinch first place outright with a win today or tomorrow in Game 2 down at Dan Oleastro Field. That field naming back in 2012 for the head coach now, we're 50 years. Werner hit his spot there, but Bird Eye set up outside and gives a little nod to his coach to let him know, yep, for sure that was off the edge of the plate. This breaking ball catches the inside corner, though, for strike 3. 2 up, 2 down, third strikeout for Werner here in his 4th inning of work. Coming back well after the 30-pitch inning in the third. Gets 2 quick outs here. Out top of the order, Evan Burry singled and scored his last time up. He's first pitch swinging back into the screen for strike 1. Pair of doubles and a triple for the senior leadoff man. He golfs this one towards right field. It's going to drift out of play, though, as Chapman loses the hat again, trying to chase things down the first base line. Jacob Werner gets the signal, kicks and fires. Breaking ball drilled towards left field, and it's just over the head of Vinny Pizzulo for a 2-out single. Running hard out of the box the whole way. He'll get a chance at second, and he will get to second base. A single and an error as it got under the glove of Mason Hopper. Evan Burry now 2 for 3 and heads up out of the box, never slowed down. Now he's in scoring position yet again for Ashton Schlosser. This one off the end of the bat towards third base, but it will drift out of play towards the booth and towards a couple of unsuspecting fans who found it bounce about 2 feet away from them. Oh, and 1 the count. This one's off the end of the bat, and it's going to find its way to a diving second baseman. Saving the run there was Bobby Fadden. Couldn't get the play to first. It will be an infield hit, but no doubt saves a run as Burry has to hold at third. A back-to-back 2-out singles. Now you got runners at the corners with 2 down. And Bo Fornatero to the plate. Runner holds on the first pitch, which misses upstairs for ball 1. 7 hits on the day so far for the men in black, Riverside Panthers. Now 2-0 the count to Fornatero, trying to drive in another run. He leads the team not only in RBIs, but also in runs scored, now with 23 on the year. Impressive work from the junior hitting in the 3 spot, and one of the toughest outs you'll find in the WPIAL. And now a 3-0 count, and you got a heavy hitter behind you in Hunter Garvin, who's been intentionally walked in each of his last 3 games. Much rather face Fornatero, though. Don't say how much more you'd rather face Fornatero, as every stick in this at-bat, or in this lineup, I should say, for Riverside is a tough out. 3-1 now. Foul to the screen, so runner will be off and moving from first base on this full count pitch. Mohawk trying to hold this 6-run disadvantage. Riverside trying to bust it open even more. Werner checks Burry at third, Schlosser at first, and delivers, fouled right back to the screen. Count will remain full. Fornatero, who has 2 of the team's 9 home runs on the season. Much like here at Mohawk, kind of up on a hill, you get a bit of a win cycle. A few more home runs there probably than at typical schools. Beautiful pitch there to get called strike 3 on the outside corner and end the threat with a couple of runners left on the bags. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Mohawk still trailing 6-0 here at lcsportsnet.com.
Up. Make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannon for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear, 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by an Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
3-4-5 hitters here for Mohawk. That's what you're looking for. Chance to get yourself back into this game in the bottom of the 4th inning. Still 4 at-bats upcoming, but Ronnie Harper has thrown himself a gem. How about pitches by inning of 8, 20, and 10? .38 pitches thrown. That's it for Harper. Now 4 strikeouts and only 1 hit allowed, and that 1 hit came from the leadoff man here, Jay Rona, and it didn't even get it out of the infield. It was a ground ball to first base. And that's so far the only hit of the game. Aiden Bowser due up 4th this inning. He reached on an error in his first plate appearance. Those are the only Warriors to get on base against the lefty, who gives a big thumbs up out there on the mound to his dugout. Jay Rona, who's done it in just about everything this year, WPIAL finalist in the on the Lynx. Quarterback for the football team, leading scorer on the Hoops team, just hit 1,000 points on the year. And he's hitting a measly 6'10" here on the diamond. Count even at 1-1. Also has 17 RBIs, does Jay, and when you're on base as much as he is, no surprise that he's leading the team with 43 runs scored. This one off the end of the bat, same place the first one was hit, but this time taken by the second baseman, Sean Hayes, to get the out. 4-3 on the putout for the first out of the inning. Crank that up for a minute. Again, shout out to Caden Butch, who's doing the walk-up songs here yet again today at Mohawk High School, but not the traditional way. It's all with the electric guitar. Went and learned all the players' walk-up songs, and a little thunderstruck trying to catch some lightning in a bottle maybe for this Mohawk team that has been absolutely fooled so far from the lefty, Ronnie Harper. Only one hit allowed through the first, now 3 1/3 inning. Count even to Jackson Chapman. Out in front of this one, 1-2 the count. Coach Malley at third base. So you got to keep that weight back. As right now, Mohawk's been out in front of most of these off-speed pitches from the senior. And again, out in front, ground ball towards third base, trying to backhand it, unable to do so as the third baseman. Burry had a thought about going to first after the deflection, but the E5 will put Chapman on base and bring Vinny Pizzulo to the plate. Pizzulo, the other freshman in the starting lineup here today for Mohawk. Had 3 RBI in the game against Shenango, including the game-tying 2 RBI single in the bottom of the 6th in that game against the Cats. The game ended up going 11 innings. How about that? That's twice this year Shenango has had an 11-inning game. One that they've won and one that they have not. Lost 3-0 earlier in the year to Neshannock. This first pitch is lifted into shallow right center field, and a diving catch made by center fielder Bo Fornatero, throw to first base, and if not for the throw being just a bit high, it would have been a double play, and now Jackson Chapman's going to be tended to because the first baseman, Mitch Garvin, leapt up and then landed right back down on his hand. He gives a thumbs up, he's okay, but Bo Fornatero, that brought back some memories from about 15 years ago. What a grab by Fornatero. The Riverside defense been spectacular so far today. I mean, Ronnie Harper's only allowed 1 hit, but when you look at Sammy Barber's backhanded stab at third base, and then Fornatero going full extension into the right center gap, keeping it just a one-hitter affair. And that one hit, again, was an infield hit. And if you ask Riverside fans, they're probably saying, we're going to talk Armando Galarraga right now because that was a bang-bang play at first. Off-speed pitch hit towards second base and going to be flipped to second from Hayes to Burry, who snags it with the bare hand. Might give some extra gray hairs on Coach Oleastro's head, but nonetheless, the fielder's choice, 4-6 to end the inning. No runs, no hits, an error, and a runner left on the bags. We've played 4 complete, still 6-0 Riverside here at lcsportsnet.com.
Coaches, success in the spring on the diamond begins all the way back in the fall. Get your team ready for the spring sports season by joining the Western Pennsylvania Fall Baseball League. For nearly 2 decades, the WPFBL has hosted some of the top teams in the WPIAL and beyond to hone their skills in a competitive yet developmental environment. Over 60 teams compete in the 6-week fall season, which features Saturday doubleheader games in your region, followed by the playoffs for just $250 plus umpire fees. Coaches can choose to play based on a geographic location and school size, can choose to compete in the varsity division, and to get accustomed to 60-90 baseball in the JV division. For more information or to sign up for the WPFBL, call League President Brian Zarenza or visit WPFBL.totalcamps.com.
When injuries get you sidelined, don't trust just anyone to get you back on the field. Visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy in Shenango Township. They want to get you back to the top of your game as quickly as possible with certified orthopedic and manual therapies. At Health in Motion, you receive quality one-on-one time with a board-certified physical therapist. Get the next generation of physical therapy to help in your recovery. Health in Motion is the first PT clinic in Western Pennsylvania to use the Nuvie, the neurobioelectric stimulator, in their therapies. Their technologies can reduce your time on the sideline from 3 or 4 weeks to just 3 or 4 days. Don't wait for months to see improvement. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion, keeping you moving.
Top of the 5th inning now here at Mohawk High School. Still a 6-0 score. And it's going to be 4, 5, 6, the Garvin brothers, followed by Fox for Riverside. Ronnie Harper throwing himself a gem, a one-hitter through the first 4 innings. Again, that one hit was an infield hit. Still 3 at-bats coming for Mohawk, but the way Riverside's hitting, they're looking to extend this 6-0 advantage. A leadoff single for Garvin, who's already scored twice today. That one off the end of the bat, but still with plenty of velocity off the end. And that is now the 8th hit of the game from Jacob Werner. Off of Jacob Werner, I should say, is now Mitch Garvin to the plate, hitting .340. He's got 18 RBI of his own, nothing to laugh about. He's going to try to lay down his first sacrifice of the year, and he's going to. They're going to have to wait and get the throw over late to first base, and it's going to be a bang-bang play, and he's going to be safe at first, rounding third and looking to come to the plate. He's going to now retreat at the last second is Hunter Garvin. We're going to have a time at first because Jackson Chapman, the ball, and the batter, Mitch Garvin, all reached at the exact same time. So right now, runners on the corners. We're going to have a fun time trying to give a scoring on that one, too, because that's a sacrifice no matter what. Not sure if it'll be a sacrifice and a fielder's choice or a sacrifice and a reach on error. I think you have to give an error. The question is, give it on the throw or on the catch, because it was unfortunate for Chapman too, because he was charging, then trying to retreat, and when he did, he slipped. I think we'll give a sacrifice and a reach on error. We'll, I guess, officially give it to first baseman Chapman on the error, and unfortunate for him too, because he's now got banged up twice. That collision there, he also had got stomped on as he went sliding back into first base after the diving catch in center from Fornatero. And both of those injuries caused by Mitch Garvin, first in the field and then now running out to first base. And now we have a pause because Coach Mariano is talking about changes being potentially made here. And it looks like what we're going to do is that Mohawk's going to lose the DH. They're going to have to take Keegan Hopper out of the game as Aiden Bowser is going to come on to the mound to relieve Jacob Werner. So we're going to have our Pontius Insurance pitching change. While they make the change, we'll be back in a moment here at lcsportsnet.com and a Trib Live High School Sports Network.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance and receive the personalized service you deserve. Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination. So changes being made. Aiden Bowser now on the hill. We'll get the numbers for him in a moment as we take a look at the rest of the new defensive alignment brought to you by Medor Bonner Law. There's your change as Fadden goes into right. Jackson Chapman moves from first to second. And Jacob Werner moves over to the first base back. First pitch in there for strike one to Drake Fox. Aiden Bowser mentioned a new arm on the hill. Just his second appearance on the season for the junior. We'll get the final numbers here in a moment on the starting pitcher. 2-1 to count with runners on the corners. It's a new runner, by the way, at first base as well for Riverside. It's Barron Hardy who's running at first for Mitch Garvin. That's a pinch runner. 3-1 now the count. Here to Drake Fox. That's fastball right down Broadway there. Count now full. Payoff pitch is lifted towards center field. Settling under it is J.J. Nail, but that should be plenty deep enough to allow the runner to score from third base. So the third sack fly of the day, and they've all been sack F8s for the RBI or Toshiba RBI. Give a big shout out to Toshiba and give Dale a call. 412-290-2156 for all of your print output devices and digital workflow solutions. Or we can visit business.toshiba.com and click Find a Dealer near you. So Garvin scores for the third time today. The first pitch in there, strike one to Darren McDade. He's 1 for 2. He's got a pair of RBI. And second pitch swing, diving for it was Pizzulo, but it sneaks under the glove. That's 3 that they've laced right down that line. So the book's not done yet on Jacob Werner. Still responsible for the pinch runner Hardy standing at second base, but 4 strikeouts, 2 walks on 8 hits. Barber watches strike one on the outside corner. Right now, 6 earned runs credited to Werner. That will be official. Soft liner towards short, can be caught there by the shortstop, Jay Ronan. The second double play that he has created today, and both have come off the bat of Sammy Barber. This time a line out 6-4 to end the threat in the inning. Bowser able to work himself out of it, but 1 run given up on a pair of hits. There was an error. After the double play, still 2 runners officially left on the bags. To the bottom of the 5th inning, now 7-0 Riverside here at lcsportsnet.com.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Mohawk still with the goose egg in the run column and only 1 hit so far on the day. And the number that I know is going to bug them as much as anything, though, is the 3 errors now committed. And again, Riverside, taking advantage of the walks and errors. It's what they do just about better than any team, not only in Class 3A baseball, but in the entire WPIAL. Remember, this is a Riverside team that was in AA last year. They, along with Neshannock and Shenango, moving up to 3A. And I believe all 3 were voluntary move-ups by those 3 schools as well to play in this powerhouse of a section. Those 3, Quaker Valley and Elwood City, here in this section with Mohawk. I think Mohawk happy about that too, because that ends up moving Hopewell out of the section, which Hopewell has been a powerhouse in this section as well. So Werner, starting pitcher now at first base, has a 2-0 count. Called strike there. And how about this? Ronnie Harper, 3 innings already of his 4 that he has thrown 10 or fewer pitches. He's been efficient here today. This breaking ball, though, stays outside, makes the count 3-1. Werner, 3 doubles on the year. Breaking ball misses up. Leadoff walk, the first free pass of the game, issued by Ronnie Harper. If there was one thing you could have been critical about the senior so far this year, only a 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, 20 strikeouts and 10 walks. And that one too, enough to get Coach Oleastro out there for a quick Pontius Insurance trip to the mound. How about that? As he just hit pitch number 50. And this is, if they want to think about it too, not sure what they have on Wednesday. They don't have another section game. You could have considered, if you needed him for Wednesday, you could have pulled him there. He would have reverted back to 50 pitches and be eligible to throw on Wednesday. But Coach Oleastro just telling his senior, hey, calm down, go back out there and throw strikes. Riverside, 5 district championships, 4 state championships in their history. Mason Hopper squaring the bunt early, pulls back as the breaking ball misses upstairs for ball 1. This one, ground ball. It's going to find its way past the shortstop, Evan Burry, in that 6-5 hole. Only the second hit of the game. And Mohawk, first 2 runners on base. Still 3 at-bats left to go and still plenty of time to get things done potentially here for Coach Mariano. See if they can turn around this score, and Coach Mariano turn around this program. Mentioned this is his 90th game. He has a 48-41 record. His first season here, 1-15. This year, 11-3. Let's go back to just last year, where they made it to the WPIAL championship game. J.J. Nail now to the plate. Only 12 official at-bats and now 15 plate appearances on the year for Nail. He's been the one being DH'd for a majority of this season, playing out there in center field. He squares the bunt and gets the bunt down. Taken by the lefty, throw to first in plenty of time. The sacrifice goes 1-3. And good job, too, to bunt it away from third base, ensuring that the runners Werner and Hopper can advance. Good job to sacrifice to get it to the top of the order, and Bobby Fadden to the plate. Harper has been throwing well today and all year. His opponent's just hitting 173 on the season against him. Mohawk, 2 runners in scoring position, looking to get their first runs across. Breaking ball curls around on the inside corner, misses for ball 1. Fadden a pair of strikeouts, Verdi a pair of groundouts. Rona an infield single and ground up all to the same spot as well. This one chopped towards second base. This will bring a run in. Only play to first base, and they are fine to concede the run are the Panthers as Sean Hayes gets the put out. Fadden at least does the job and gets the first RBI of the game. Your Toshiba RBI from Mohawk puts him on the board. Mason Hopper advances to third, but now 2 down in the inning. But at least a run across, and it came on a leadoff walk. So a little taste of Riverside's own medicine, as they've made teams pay all year long for those leadoff walks. And it was Coach Diesel of Shenango who had done the math and gave the statistic about leadoff walks and errors. If the leadoff man gets on base, especially with a leadoff walk, they score over 90% of the time. We've seen plenty of that in effect here this season, especially if you've been following Riverside games. 1-1 to count, 2 down now. Off the end of the bat, this one well hit, but fouled on the first base line and out of play. Count now 1-2 to Verdi, looking to increase his RBI total of the year. Came in today with 13. Fastball, this one fisted down the first base line, and it will fall in. Inside out swing to get the RBI, and a pair of runs on the board now for the Warriors. And we're going to have our Castle Asphalt courtesy runner coming out on the field as well. That is number 1, Talon Swanson, out there as your Castle Asphalt courtesy runner. They've been in the paving and construction business for 15 years now, using top-of-the-line equipment, resources, guaranteeing your job is done correctly and efficiently the first time. Good first pitch breaking ball here for strike 1 to Jay Rona. So third time through the lineup. An RBI for Fadden, an RBI single for Verdi. Throw over to first. Everybody yelling back for the courtesy runner out there, Swanson. Rona 1 for 2 today. leads the team in both doubles and triples. Harper thought he caught the inside corner there. Umpire says nope, broke around the plate. He's been consistent with that and I think properly called most of the game. And I think a good job by Mr. Craycraft, our base umpire, to say, hey, just keep your cool out there, son. We don't want to have to make any of those kind of ridiculous potential calls. As he definitely showed some visible frustration on that pitch. This one foul down the left field line and out of play off the end of the bat from Rona. Makes the count 2-2. Couple of runs back in the inning. Here from Mohawk. The 2-2. Breaking ball way upstairs, kind of slipped out of the hand, it looked like, of Harper, and now Swanson can be off and running with the pitch. Payoff pitch from Harper. Ground ball chopped towards second base. Bobbled, but throw into first is still in plenty of time for Sean Hayes to get the out and end the inning. But damage done. Mohawk on the board with 2 runs on a pair of hits and a walk, and 1 runner left on the bases. 7-2 your score, still 2 innings to play here at Mohawk, here at lcsportsnet.com.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Top of the 6th inning, we're going to have a pinch hitter to start this inning. It's going to be Zach here to pinch hit, but taking a look at your line score so far, a couple of hits in the inning, first multi-hit inning of the game for the Mohawk Warriors, as they try to make their way back into this contest. Now with relief pitcher Aiden Bowser out there, first pitch breaking ball inside corner for strike 1 to the pinch hitter Zach Hare. That's 9-1-2 due up. Hare, his 9th game played, 11th plate appearance. He's hitting .400 on the year. 2 for 5 with a double, a triple, and an RBI. So not bad for the new batter. 2-1 now the count as that one misses outside. Bowser in relief, his first full inning of relief. Breaking ball. Cricket bowled in that time. 3-1 the count. As our producer here today, Rob Nattel, enjoying a fantastic slice of pizza from our friends here at the Mohawk Boosters. Thank them thinking about us. Now Hare will get on base with a leadoff walk, and you've heard our talk about the leadoff walk. We now have a re-entry. So after Hare draws the walk, Hayes will re-enter to run for him over at first base. Every starter allowed 1 re-entry. Now Evan Burry, 2 for 3 today, a couple of singles to left field. Squaring to bunt, pull back, throw down to first base, but there's no one there. The errant throw is going to allow the runner to get to at least second base. thinking about 3 was Hayes, but he will hold up there. A good throw behind, but first baseman Werner had to be charging. So officially, you got to give that as an E2, though. Probably not Verdi's fault on the throw. No one there to cover for the pickoff. Now 4 Mohawk errors in the game. Count now 2-0 to Bury. 9 RBI on the season for the senior. 1-1 to count, excuse me. Now 2-1. So the first pitch was a strike, even though the batter had pulled back, ball was deemed in the zone. That last one well short again on the off-speed offering. So 5 first pitch strikes from Aiden Bowser since coming in. Good job from him there. This one again roped towards left field. That's going to be a base hit. Being held up at third will be Hayes. Runners on the corners here for the Panthers as they again have 2 on and nobody out. Have a day, Evan Bury. Batting average maybe a bit deceptive. 289 coming into the day, but certainly swinging a hot bat here from the 1 spot today. Hayes at third, Bury at first. Aston Schlosser to the plate. Sac fly RBI back in the third. You know, as soon as I say about the first pitch strikes. Bowser sets and delivers. Down at the knees, evens the count at 1-1. Remember, these teams will go at it again tomorrow. Love these 2-game series setups. The home and homes. Breaking ball breaks around the plate. 2-1 to count. Class 6A. Class 6A, it's 3-game series, which is a lot of fun as well. A couple finals coming in from across the county. We'll get those as we go along. 3-1 the count to Schlosser with Bo Fornatero sitting in the on-deck circle. Drilled out towards right field, and that's going to be a base hit. Looking to go first to third, and doing so will be Bury. So the same scenario. Runners on the corners with nobody out after Schlosser gets his Toshiba RBI, his second of the game. Hayes scores from third, and again, after a lead-off walk. First pitch from Bowser to Fornatero, misses upstairs for ball 1. Baseball final, Union 13-0 over Springdale. Softball final, Union 16-1 over Southside. Laurel 18-4 over Aliquippa. And Neshannock 11-1 over Riverside. Count now even at 1-1. Schlosser standing at first base now with 17 RBI on the year. Fornatero hit his team high 20th on the sac fly earlier. Nearly leaned into an off-speed pitch there. It stayed upstairs. 2-1 to count. Outside corner for strike 2. Count even at 2-2. The big baseball games in section play right now. Neshannock leads Quaker Valley 7-3. That game in its waning moments. Top of the 7th there. Last chance for Quaker Valley. As this one's grounded into the 6-5 hole that was just vacated by Rona because the runner was off and running. Good piece of hitting there from Fornatero. Now 21 ribbies. Top of the 7th in the Shenango game as well. Last chance for Elwood City as they trail Shenango 4-3. So first and second. Hunter Garvin to the plate. 3 runs scored today for the big man. Oh, 1 pitch, good block by Verdi behind the dish, count even at 1-1. Laurel softball after that Aliquippa game now playing Shenango today as well. And Laurel up 8-0 in that one. Oh, so I lied. I'm sorry. That Laurel Aliquippa game was a baseball final. My apologies. 18-4 in that one. Laurel over Aliquippa. Laurel softball just underway, leading 8-0 over the Cats. Count 2-2. Elwood City and Quaker Valley just starting senior night festivities there for the Wolverines. Breaking ball misses away, and the count will go full to Garvin. Leads the team with 4 of the 9 home runs. How about an .871 slugging percentage? That's actually going to go way down at this point. 1 for 2, but he's been on base all 3 times. An error, a walk, a single, and now a non-intentional walk loads the bases. Now Mitch Garvin leads the team with 8 doubles on the year. Has the bases loaded. Second walk of the inning given up by Aiden Bowser. First ball in the dirt, and good block by Verdi. I couldn't find it for a minute, but able to track it down. Infield playing in with the force at the plate. Mitch, who sacrificed and reached on an error in his last at bat. Almost got an RBI the easy way, as that one just barely missed the big, I don't know, estimate 6'2", 6'3" senior at least. Now 19 RBI on the year for Mitch Garvin. Watches the 2-0 pitch on the outside corner. Bowser kicks, delivers. Lifted towards center field, going back on it, but settling under it is Nail. Throw will come into third, but it'll not be in time as the runner will advance on the sacrifice. That's now 4 sac flies on the day, and they've all been to center field. Second time Mitch Garvin has done it. So Mitch Garvin, a single, a sac fly, a sac bunt, and a sac fly again. And that's only the first out of the inning. Fornatera went to third, so runners on the corners again for the Panthers. Score should now say 10-2. Our scorekeeper doing double duty next to us. It's the first mistake we've seen all game. Swinging heavy through that one was Drake Fox. Tried to put that one over the left field fence and ended up catching Verdi, I think, on the follow through. Verdi says he's all right. This one off the end of the bat. A lot of spin on that one, but it will go foul. 1-2 now the count. And you love that coaching right there. Now adjust. You just swung hard at good pitches to swing at. Now at 2 strikes, adjust, get something in play, and get run number 11 across the board. Fastball misses up. 2-2. So Hare and then Hayes running back form have scored, as well as Burry and Schlosser in the inning. And that one, breaking ball inside and hit off the elbow of Fox. And I think they're going to confirm that it hit because it sounded like it hit the end of the bat and went foul. Bowser's saying that he leaned into it. I don't think there's anything there either, but they are going to confirm, make sure it hit off of the elbow. They're bringing him here. They're going to say foul ball. He didn't see it off of the elbow. He saw it off the knob of the bat. So count will remain 2-2. Yep, so runner will go back to first base after the foul ball. Keeps the count at 2-2. Coming up the rest of the week, while we have a moment, we will be covering Wilmington softball tomorrow. Wilmington softball taking on Sharpsville again. That's the game of the week, to say the very least. One of the games of the year in District 10 softball. First time they played a 3-1 classic. That's the only Wilmington loss on the season. Thanks to our friends Mark Slazak, Bob Greenberg. Sports Radio 96.7 will have that call. And we'll have the video coverage with it. 2-2, and this one, no doubt about it, hit him. No question that time off of the shoulder, so all that work to... And things being said down beneath us that are not being appreciated, understandably, but again, we have bases loaded, and nothing intentional on that one either. It's a breaking ball that didn't break. If you think that's intentional, then... Put it this way, if that's intentional and you throw a breaking ball, then... Tell you what. First pitch, strike one to Darren McDade, now batting with the bases loaded and one down. Corners up, infield at double play depth. Foul back to the screen, 0-2. McDade, a 2 RBI single in the second. Swung on and missed. Big strikeout with the bases loaded for the second out of the inning. First strikeout in relief for Aiden Bowser. Now the defense can play back, force at 3 bases. Fastball misses away. This is the 9th batter of the inning. Count now even at 1-1. Fornatero at third, Hunter Garvin at second, Drake Fox at first. Breaking ball away, 2-1. Sammy Barber, 8 ribbies on the season. Called strike 2. 2 ball, 2 strike. That one well outside, and the count now full. Runners will be off and going as soon as they know Bowser's throwing it to the plate. Payoff pitch. Ground ball, end of the bat towards second base. Chapman able to handle it, throw to first base in time. But more damage has been done as there are 3 runs put across the board. 3 runs on 3 hits. Walk and a hit batsman and an error, and the bases left loaded. To the bottom of the 6th, back in a moment. LCSportsNet.com, Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet, but more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything. Let Melee Chiropractic you in. Bottom of the 6th inning coming up. Riverside sent 9 to the plate in the top of the 6th. Mohawk will have 4, 5, 6 hitters here due up, trailing again by a wide margin. They cut it down to 7-2, but 3 more runs as Riverside always seems to find an answer. They've been impressive all season long. First pitch swinging is Jackson Chapman. Started at first, moved over to second base. Nice play by the third base coach over there, Mr. Mike Malley. Ground ball through the box. That'll be a leadoff single. Back-to-back innings, Mohawk with the leadoff man on base. First hit of the game for Chapman and only the 4th hit of the game for the Warriors. And our Sandman playing Mr. Butch. Again, big thanks to him, the junior rock star, giving us the Jimi Hendrix-style national anthem on the electric guitar. And he's been giving us the walk-up songs all game long as well. Vinny Pizzulo to the plate, a .298 hitter, 13 RBI in the year, out in front of this longest velocity, but when you throw the off-speed pitch with such efficiency and then come back with the fastball later, that low to mid-70s fastball all of a sudden looks like it's in the low to mid-80s. 3-1 to count now. An extra second to make sure that Darren McDade's all right behind the dish as he blocked that last one a little bit awkwardly. McDade, one of the 4 juniors in this starting lineup that only lost 1 senior from last year's team. Threw over back in plenty of time is Chapman. Six extra base hits on the year for the freshman. At the plate, Pizzulo. Right now, just with a 3-1 count, though, looking maybe to come undone. Breaking ball stays upstairs. Second free pass issued. And for the second straight inning, you have Mohawk getting the first 2 batters on base, and I think you're going to get Coach Oliastro to make the trip to the mound. I think we are going to have another Pontius Insurance pitching change. So let's step aside and have a word from our friends at Pontius Insurance. 10-2, Riverside leading Mohawk. When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance.
Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance and receive the personalized service you deserve. Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Hunter Garvin got 2 wins against Neshannock, both in relief. He'll come out of left field and be the new pitcher out there. So let's take a look again at our defensive alignment, brought to you by Medore Bonner Law, as Josh Bowser will go into left field in the spot taken up by the starting pitcher, Ronnie Harper. 5+ innings of work for the senior. 2 runs, both earned on 4 hits. He had 4 strikeouts and a pair of walks, but he is responsible for both runners on the bags. Learning the ropes over here. Mr. Rob Nattell doing a fantastic job as our producer extraordinaire. Big shout out to our entire Sportsnet crew. Everybody learning some new stuff. Next step is to get Lee Moan to do anything technological. We got him to tweet one day. Now he's an expert on the Twitter machine. Then he figured out how to set up his own equipment. Let me tell you how many tutoring sessions that was to set his own audio equipment up. I told him, hey, it's one more cord to connect a camera to it as well, and you can do that. And he's like, no. Nope, won't do it, he says. Well, we'll just see about that. Back to the action with the new pitcher out there, another lefty. And Hunter Garvin facing fellow pitcher now in Aiden Bowser. So the 2 relievers now battle against each other, and more velocity from the second lefty, Hunter Garvin, in there for strike 1. Hunter Garvin, a .41 earned run average, 3-0 with a save on the season for the younger of the 2 Garvins. Bowser hitting .415. Again, Josh Bowser, not sure if there's any relation, is the new fielder out and left. The 0-2. Tails away. Love this vantage point up here to see that tail on the fastball. I don't know what it is about a lefty that gets that extra tail either. It always feels like the left-hander has more tail on the pitch than a righty for no real reason. This one lifted out towards right center field. Schlosser going back, now settling under it, makes the catch. Retreating back to second base, but having the hold there is Jackson Chapman. So coming in relief and getting the fly out is Hunter Garvin for the first out of the inning. Jacob Werner now to the plate, mentioned he's going to Penn State Shenango next year. Lots of local talent who will be making their way up north into the Shenango Valley. Long pause, and now finally Garvin will deliver a first pitch fastball outside corner for strike 1. Jacob Werner, the starting pitcher today, here on Senior Day. One of the 2 seniors, and again, if you didn't catch it live, go check out the archive, the real cool tradition that was started here with the Mohawk Warriors seniors on Senior Day. The senior day first pitch thrown out by the mothers of the seniors. And, of course, their sons catching. The 0-1 to Werner. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Coming up after the game, we'll have our Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award. Voted best of the best chiropractor in Lawrence County. Visit Doctors Maley, Ardro, and Bowser to get started today. The 0-2, well away. Seasonal allergies, changes in weather, they can all affect how you feel on a daily basis. Joint pain, headaches, sinus pressure, even congestion, they can all be alleviated by chiropractic work. Give Maley Chiropractic a call and schedule your appointment today. The 1-2 coming to Werner. Down at the knees for a called strike 3. First K in relief for Hunter Garvin. Now Mason Hopper. Singled and scored in the 5th. He's one of the 4 hits on the day for this Mohawk squad. Swings through that first pitch. Garvin painting that outside corner. Hopper and twin brother Keegan both on the Hoops team as well. This one a little bit too far out. Count even at 1-1. Riverside will have 9-1-2 hitters due up in the top of the 7th. You got the boring bees floating in front of our cameras here. 1-1, foul back to the screen. The Shannock victorious here in the section over Quaker Valley, 7-3. That's a final. And Shenango victorious, 4-3. That's also a final. So with that, both Shenango and the Shannock have clinched playoff berths. This one fouled out of play. So we know the 4 teams out of the section. There were a lot of variables that could have happened depending on the results today, but the Shannock and Shenango, along with these 2 teams here today, will be the 4 representatives out of this powerful Section 1 of Class 3A. 1-2. Misses downstairs 2-2. And I'll tell you what, Shenango, tough to argue, they got one of the top pitchers in the entire WPIAL Class 3A. Zach Herb's averaging double-digit strikeouts per game. They're going to be a tough out and probably has a double-digit seed. Another one fouled out of play. Great at-bat here from Mason Hopper. The Shannock's got a couple pitchers who are now freshly back. They got a deep staff. We've seen Mohawk with a deep pitching staff. And Riverside, oh, by the way, probably see the righty sophomore going to Duke, who's hitting 90 on the radar gun. Probably see him tomorrow. Christian Lucarelli, who committed one day before, it would have been illegal for him to commit any longer. With the new rules of engagement in terms of the recruiting process. 2-2, took something off of it and got the strikeout. Great pitch. And 1-2-3 goes Mohawk once Hunter Garvin entered the fold. 2 runners stranded on the bags. We'll go to the 7th inning with a 10-2 Riverside lead here at LCSportsNet.com.
That was awesome.
no two companies create the same way. Toshiba empowers the art of business by uniquely enabling businesses to work with tools designed specifically for them. In a constantly evolving world, business communication must be agile, efficient, and fast. Toshiba is the company that helps you manage it all, from paper to digital to screen and back again. Toshiba, empowering the art of business.
First pitch in there for a strike one. Sean Hayes, the 9 batter, back in the lineup. It was Zach Hare who pinch hit for him in that last at bat. So we'll see if we can swing him back in there. Number 17, Hayes, back in his original batting position. Count now 1-2. Hitting 9th here. And now a 2-2 count as that last one missed downstairs. This one lifted towards left field. Mason Hopper going to settle under it and make the catch for the first out of the inning. Sounded strong off the bat, but ended up being right at Mason Hopper. F7 for the first out. Top of the order, Evan Burry. Man's at the top of the order, been efficient here today. Evan Burry, 3 for 4, a couple of runs scored. Ashton Schlosser, 2 for 3 with a pair of RBI. Bo Fornatero, 2 for 3 with 2 RBI. Hunter Garvin scored 3 times. On base all 4 times. This one bounces in. Count 2-0 to Burry. Again, Mohawk, their final chance coming up in the bottom of the 7th, will have Nail, Fadden, and Verdi, the 9-1-2 hitters. And if nothing else, maybe to get a little momentum before Game 2 tomorrow, even if it's going to be too late to make a full comeback. And Mohawks made those comebacks a couple of times. Trailed by 3 going into the last inning against Elwood City, walked it off. Trailed by 5 going into the 6th against Shenango, and tied it in the 6th. And that game ended up going all the way to the 11th. 8 runs might be a little out of the power of Mohawk, but the way that they've played comeback kid a couple of times this year, say nothing is out of the question. Expect we'll probably see Lucarelli to throw tomorrow for the Panthers, as Burry will reach on the 1-out walk. Look at Mohawk. You can probably see likely Vinny Pizzulo out there on the mound again. Seen Bobby Fadden a lot in relief. Ethan Hare, the other senior, has thrown a good amount as well. Those are the pitchers you would probably expect to see throwing either start or relief in Game 2 tomorrow. The 0-1 bounces up over the glove of the catcher Verdi. The wild pitch will send Burry down to second. Coming back to the game, we'll again have our LCAP Player of the Game award. Thanks to our powering sponsor, LCAP, and all they do for us. As Schlosser pops this one up down the first base line, and it's going to be foul. Werner, I don't know what happened there. He did a good job, find the ball. The runner ran past, and then he went to make the catch, and just went off the top of the glove and then off the top of the cap. It's a foul ball, but might have to rule that as the 5th Mohawk error of the game. So extra life and another foul ball from Schlosser. The 1-2. Check swing and just got a piece of it there with Schlosser. Count will remain 1-2. Cooled off dramatically since the beginning of this game a little over 2 hours ago, as this one misses upstairs. Count now even at 2-2. Yeah, it started at 70 degrees with a nice sun. This one's lifted towards center field, the left center gap, going over and diving attempt and catch made by J.J. Nail. Both center fielders flashing the leather. Bo Fornatero and now J.J. Nail. Full extension to make the snag. And now we're going to have some fun in determining our Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Count even at 1-1 to the aforementioned Fornatero. Committed highway robbery on the hit by Vinny Pizzulo back in the fourth. Freshman at the plate from Mohawk. Diving catch made by the center fielder. Ken, does that sound eerily familiar? Limon claims he doesn't remember it, but fun times thinking back on that 15 years ago. This one misses upstairs, 2-on. Fourth time Fornatero's been at the plate, or been from going to the plate down to first base. Now Hunter Garvin, who's been on base all 4 times, reached on an error and scored in the first. Intentional walk and score in the third, single and score in the fifth, walk in the sixth. And this one drilled on the first base line, but foul. Runners will retreat back to their bags. Strike 2 up at the letters. Coach Iliastro is still coaching down at third. Incredible as that is. 682. I'll get it right here. 686 wins now in his career. Most in WPIAL history, just 10 behind the state record of 696. The issue is Scott Buffington of Schuylkill Haven, he's also an active coach. Just won his first state championship in 2021. Another good block from Birdeye behind the dish on those breaking balls. Coach Iliastro with 5 district and 4 state championships. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Swung on and missed. Garvin, first blemish at the plate today as he is retired via the strikeout. No hits in the inning. And 2 runners left on the bags after walks. Last chance time coming for Mohawk. Back in a moment at lcsportsnet.com. Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Looking to buy, sell, or rent in Lawrence County? Get Realtor Michael Kirkwood Jr. in your starting lineup today. Michael Kirkwood Jr. of Castle Realty caters to buyers, sellers, and renters of Lawrence County and the surrounding areas. Call Michael Kirkwood Jr. at 724-301-1482 today. Check out his current listings or list your home at castle-realty.com. People you know, people you trust.
Best seat in the house is on HSSN.
The Trib Live the exclusive home of all of the WPIAL playoffs and championship games for both the baseball and softball season. Glad to partner with them here once again with the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. While we have a moment, got to give a shout-out. Missed a stolen base earlier from Evan Burry. Your stolen base brought to you by Health and Motion Physical Therapy, keeping you moving on and off the base paths. There's no referral needed to visit Health and Motion Physical Therapy. Come in for a 15-minute consultation. Save those unnecessary trips to the doctor's office. Don't wait months to start feeling better. Call Mike Mirko at 724-856-3683. He'll get you in the office within 48 hours. 9-1-2 hitters here for Mohawk. Their final chance here in Game 1 of the series. Riverside holds. They've clinched the section title outright. Mohawk, if they can win out, could do the same thing. But a big hill to climb here, down 8 in the top, or now the bottom, of the 7th inning. First pitch in there for strike 1 to J.J. Nail in the outside corner. Again, now just his 16th plate appearance on the season. Good to see the junior getting some swings here and had a fantastic catch in the 7th. In the top half of the inning, that is. 1-2 now the count. Hunter Garvin in relief. Retired to 3 batters that he has faced. Strike 3. Third strikeout in those 4 batters faced as well for the sophomore. So Ronnie Harper, the starter. 2 runs. They were both earned on 4 hits. He struck out 4 and walked 2. I love the gamesmanship and just the comedy between players and coaches. Coach Mariano, first off, between innings, as Darren McDade was getting a ball and tossing it to the home plate umpire, Coach Mariano was talking with the home plate umpire, and Witten jokingly just knocked the ball away. Playing defense, McDade shot a fadeaway to get it to the umpire. And then right there between batters, they went and had a conversation to make sure they were on the same page with pitch count. We'll talk about why that's important in a moment. And if you know, Coach Mariano, well, the actual count was 19, which one of the assistants said, and Mariano immediately says 26, jokingly. Reason being is once you pass 25, you need to have a day's rest. So if Hunter Garvin stays under 26, he can throw again tomorrow. And right now, if you're Riverside, why wouldn't you want this guy available to throw? He's faced 4 Warrior batters, and he's retired all 4 of them. And now he's up 0-2 against the freshman Bobby Fadden. Had the RBI ground out to get the first run in today for Mohawk. Lefty on lefty, and somehow got a piece of that. And now Coach Mariano jokes and said, keep doing that and get him up to 26. Ground ball fisted towards second base. Rug burner and on to first in time, and plenty of time for Sean Hayes. Sean, don't call me Seth Hayes, gets the out, second out of the inning. And here will be the pitching change to keep Garvin at 23 pitches. And I think that last pitch may have broken the bat too. So we're going to have a pitching change. We'll step aside one more time. Back in a moment here at lcsportsnet.com. powered by LCAP.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
New pitcher? Both teams have lost the DH. As the DH now comes into pitch, it's Drake Fox making his third appearance on the mound for Riverside on the season. Has not given up an earned run. And appropriately enough, too, it's going to be the other senior, Ethan Hare, is going to get a chance to bat here for Mohawk. And this will be his first plate appearance of the year. How about that? Nice move here from Coach Mariano to get on senior day, get his seniors both into the game. As Ethan Hare will bat now with 2 down. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Off-speed pitch, and quickly up 0-2 is Fox on Hare. Now Mohawk down to their final strike. Again, remember, game 2 tomorrow at Ole Astro Field. Off the end of the bat, popped up on the right side of the infield. Mitch Garvin will let it go because it's going to be the pitcher to make the catch for the third out of the inning, and that's your ball game, folks. Riverside 10, Mohawk 2. We'll play game 2 tomorrow, but we're going to step aside one last time. We'll be back in a moment with our Tri-County Principals post-game show here at lcsportsnet.com. Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
It's your Tri-County Principals post-game show here at lcsportsnet.com. A 10-2 final here from Mohawk High School. Riverside scoring early and often, getting the job done as we have gone final. And again, just impressively enough, I think, just showing off how the bats working here today. 10 runs on 12 hits in the game. They did leave 11 on base, which is something to be a little bit concerning, but that just shows you how many players they are getting on base. Real quick with the recap. As Riverside, excuse me, put up 2 runs in the second inning. Hunter Garvin reached on an error. Mitch Garvin behind him singled. They were sacrificed into scoring position, manufacturing the run perfectly as Darren McDade hit the 2 RBI single, made it 2-0. 4 more runs in the third. leadoff walk, second man singles, a sacrifice fly from Ashton Schlosser brought the first run in. Bo Fornatero then doubled for another RBI. After the intentional walk to Hunter Garvin, Mitch Garvin then gets a sac fly after the wild pitch moved runners into scoring position again. Drake Fox would follow with a RBI single himself. That's the first 2 of 4 sac flies in the game. Scored get up to 7-0 in the 5th inning after Hunter Garvin's leadoff single. A sacrifice reach on error from Mitch Garvin. That chased the starter Jacob Werner from the game. Drake Fox would hit a sac fly number 3 to make the score 7-0. Mohawk would come back in the bottom of the 5th, finally get some life of their own because they finally get a runner on base to start the inning. A leadoff walk and then a single from Mason Hopper immediately after. Gets 2 runners on base. J.J. Nail sacrifices them into scoring position. Bobby Fadden gets a ground out. That scores Werner from third, and then A.J. Verdi, the RBI single, to make the score 7-2 at that point, but Riverside responds, and in a big way. They get 3 runs. They send 9 players to the plate. Walk, single, single, single walk to start the inning. RBI singles from Ashton Schlosser and Bo Fornatero. Throw in an RBI sac fly from Mitch Garvin as well. So that was the 4th sac fly of the game. And then Mohawk a chance in the 6th inning, got the first 2 runners on base again, but then the final 6 batters of the game retired in order to end the contest. Your winning pitcher is Ronnie Harper, 5+ innings, giving up 2 runs on 4 hits. Again, he struck out 4 and walked 2. Jacob Werner, the senior, suffers his first loss on the mound this season as he threw 4+ innings. 7 runs, 6 of them were earned on 8 hits, 4 strikeouts and 2 walks for Werner. Riverside 11-0. They've now clinched the section championship outright, but we still have game 2 tomorrow to go for the undefeated section season and would probably clinch for sure the top seed in the 3A tournament. Those brackets, again, reminder, coming out on Thursday. So a couple of final awards we need to give out for today. First, for our Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award, you're going to see a couple of great videos tonight on social media. Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award, though, is going to go to J.J. Nail for his diving catch out in center field in the 7th inning for Mohawk. J.J. Nail will receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of tonight's play of the game, and video of tonight's play could also be featured on the Trib Live High School Sports Network standout platform on Twitter and Instagram, and you can view tonight's play of the game, the full list of all the plays, by going to lcsportsnet.com. Click on Play of the Game. Congratulations again, J.J. Nail, for tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. The other nomination, and a very worthy one for your Play of the Game, had to go to Bo Fornatero for his diving catch in the 4th inning on the dive to left center field, coming in the entire way. He made a fantastic catch there. He does not get our Play of the Game because he's going to get our Player of the Game. Going along with that great defensive play, a couple of RBI base hits. He went 2 for 4 on base 3 times today. Team leader in RBIs. Fornatero for the all-around play will be your LCAP Player of the Game recipient. Bo Fornatero of Riverside will also receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of being tonight's Player of the Game. You can view the full list, by going to lcsportsnet.com. Click on Player of the Game. Congratulations again, Bo Fornatero, for tonight's LCAP Player of the Game. LCAP, changing lives. Well, game 2 tomorrow. Game 1 means nothing if you don't get game 2 tomorrow, and 4.5 errors. I think we had it at 5. We want the official number of 4 errors for Mohawk today. Not going to cut it for Coach Mariano, but you know that he'll have his team ready to go down there at Ole Astro Field for Game 2 tomorrow, and we'll give you updates as we can on social media. Make sure you stay tuned for our games the next 2 days. We will have Mohawk back on the air on Wednesday as they take on Shenango in the season finale, and depending on how things go these next couple of days, that could end up being an official battle that could create a potential 3-way tie for second place between Mohawk, Neshannock, and Shenango. So stay tuned for that one for sure here at lcsportsnet.com. But we'll also have softball tomorrow, the battle for first place between Wilmington and Sharpsville. That is a 5 o'clock first pitch. We'll have our friends with us as well at Sports Radio 96.7 along for the ride. Bob Greenberg and Mark Slazak on the call for that one. Thanks, producer extraordinaire Robin Tell. Great stuff from him. Big shout out. See if we can get a look at him real quick. Still in the dugout, Mr. Caden Butch. He was great yet again for us doing the national anthem and giving all the walk-up songs via the electric guitar today. It was a lot of fun listening to him these last 2 days, though unfortunately I wonder if Coach Mariano will invite him back, as Mohawk has lost those 2 games that he's been here rocking out with the Warriors. But that's the last section home game, at least, for Mohawk before playoffs come out. And again, brackets will be unveiled. I believe they'll come out with them on Thursday, but then it'll be announced on Friday morning. So stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for more great action here on the Lawrence County SportsNet. Thanks again to the Mohawk Riverside staffs, everything that they've done for us. Special thanks to you watching live or archive here at lcsportsnet.com. I'm James Dotson saying so long, and stay tuned for more great high school baseball, softball, everything. Action coming here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.